What's good, everybody? Welcome into another episode of the Power 2 podcast presented by Good Defensive Sports Network. As always, I'm your host, Jordan, and I'm here with my co-host, Dante and DJ.
The
You're.
double D's.
Oh my gosh, welcome back, guys. It's been some time. How we been? People are
I
getting
was
married. People are
good.
going to Steelers games.
Yeah, I was good the week we was gone.
It really do be like that. It do be
We
like
went to I look. We won our game.
piss me the fuck off. Like, what the fuck, bro?
That's 3 years in a row that I've been to a
Six,
Steelers game. We got a
six
dub,
turnovers, bro.
and
Six
we
turnovers.
and our offense still couldn't produce real points. That shit
Bruh.
pisses me off.
That's what I'm saying. 6 turnovers and we had a chance to win. Like, bro, that game made me so mad, bro. I'm just like, and it was like just when I'm starting to buy into the Colts, and then I watched them yesterday, and I thought I was the problem until we won. Like that whole game, I was pissed off. Like that
He said, I thought
whole,
I...
like
It
I
was crazy.
unfortunately I haven't had the money to buy Sunday tickets, so I haven't watched much of them. I got up at 9 o'clock in the morning,
I didn't even know that
shot
game was
on a Sunday to watch the Colts play, and that's the bullshit they put. Boy, I just knew, Chief, I just knew belt to ass, we was gonna mop him up and down, especially after the performance against the Steelers. We needed it right before the bye. We needed something. Shout out to Jonathan Taylor, future Hall of Famer Jonathan Taylor, because why the fuck did we need 240 yards and 3 touchdowns to win that game?
Oh my gosh, 240.
Like 244 yards on 30 carries and 3 touchdowns, and the game still had to go to overtime,
We
bruh.
went to overtime, and
Not
he
work-
won the game in overtime.
Well,
He
shout
won
out to
the
Jonathan
game in
Taylor.
overtime. It's funny though, cause like our mutual friend, who's also a Colts fan, said the same thing. He's like, I was buying into Danny Dimes, and here you go turning the ball over and over again. I was like, hey,
I know he was sick to be in that game
I
watching
was
that.
like, yo, we desperate for a win. We really, really needed this. I was like, don't even fall for it. And then that game comes on, and like I think I come in at like second or third quarter, and he throws a pick, and I was like, fuck. I just told this man not to overreact.
Yeah, that was right before the half though. That one didn't bother me.
Okay.
Well, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I'm always miserable. But
That's
other
a
than
choice.
that, it's...
Oh, well, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's not a choice.
Yeah, that is news as we hop into the news. First of all, because we weren't here last, we won't go back into a whole lot of stuff, but I do want to hear the thoughts on this. The Jets traded Sauce Gardner to the Colts,
They did.
and then they traded oh my God, why am I gonna forget his name right now? Quinnen Williams, right, to the Cowboys. Are you really? What are you talking?
So I told you, I'm Jerry Jones's worst nightmare. I told you, I am Jerry Jones's worst nightmare.
Was it Quinnen Williams? Who was the trade?
I'm an apathetic Cowboys fan. I do not know who we acquired besides that old nigga from wherever he came from, the defensive player. What's his name? Jadeveon Clowney. That's the last acquisition that I actually know about. I don't know.
I don't know. It just happened.
That acquisition, I think, was 2 or 3 weeks ago.
No, it was last week.
No, Jadeveon Clowney was like a month ago.
I don't even know if they had Jadeveon Clowney.
We have Jadeveon Clowney, but the thing is, like,
yes,
I am purposely not even like investing my time and energy into it because, like, no.
Okay.
Like, I'm not invested. I don't know.
Good thing this isn't an NFL podcast. Cowboys trading for Quinnen Williams and gave away a first-round pick after trading away Micah Parsons, because it's like, wow, shocking. They needed help on the defensive line.
How exciting!
Quinnen Williams is a dog.
First round pick. Wait, why?
In the first round, out of all the rounds, the first one.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
Do you see why I'm not paying attention?
I think they gave a first and a second. They definitely gave a first.
Who they got is kind of old.
Quinnen Williams is young.
He's young, but he wasn't producing where he was as that much.
Which allegedly, apparently, is not an indicator because.
Listen, I think you may be getting your players mixed up. Quinnen Williams is really good, but still, to trade the first after you just got a first for Mike is crazy. You should have just kept Micah. But
yep,
they also traded Mozzie Smith, whatever. But yeah, they gave up a first, a second, and Mozzie Smith. So
the fact that you know more about this trade than I do is actually kind of sad.
No, no, I did Google it. I did know the first and the second. I did Google the whole thing because I couldn't because DJ couldn't confirm that it was Quinn Williams, even though that's who I thought it was.
I don't know who's on the field. The only person I know is Dakota Prescott and Sedarius Lamb. That is all I got for you.
Well, and the same day, the Jets traded Sauce Gardner and Quinn Williams, and they got a total of 3 first-round picks and a second-round pick and 2 players. And then a week later, Brian Daboll gets fired.
Yes.
You know, my 2 co-hosts hate me and don't like to respond to my text messages, but I literally sent them a picture in the group chat the other day, yesterday, because on Sunday I was like, oh man, I watched the Colts game. I have a day full of homework. Let me sit down and turn on the football, the sport that supposedly I love. And let me tell you all what was on my TV.
I responded to that.
Giants, Bears, and Browns, Jets.
I responded to that. I laughed at the message.
That's what you would have got. That's what you would have got in Columbus, sir.
I laughed at the message. I
I
need the record to show that I responded. It was horrible.
Nastiest 2-game matchup.
It was horrible.
You would have easily got that in Columbus.
And that would have made me
sick. Those were on TV in Columbus.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Maybe flip.
I would have accepted that. I would have taken Ravens Vikings. I know the Browns. I would have taken. I'm taking Ravens Vikings. Was Cincinnati not playing? That's just, and it doesn't matter. The Giants lose somehow,
I think they might have been
and Brian Daboll gets fired.
Thank you.
More news. Another piece of news.
Should have been the GM, not the coach, but hey.
Yeah, it needs to be both. Needs to be both.
Period. Sorry to that coach, but the collateral damage.
It really should have been the GM.
Yeah.
Jordan said it should have been both. I'm screaming. He was like, actually fire everybody involved.
Yeah. Only reason why I say the GM is because you let Saquon walk. So
you let him go. That's a fireable offense in my opinion as well. That
and then he won a Super Bowl, and almost broke the rushing record. You should, how are you still here? As soon as
in the unemployment line.
Ended, he should have been fired.
Yeah. Yeah. So UCLA is moving away from the Rose Bowl. Supposedly, the deal is almost in place for them to move to SoFi Stadium, which is where the Rams and the other LA team plays, because for some reason they have 2 teams. Chargers. So they need 3. They need 3 teams playing in that stadium. I know, but not Los Angeles.
No, it's always
was
been
in
2.
San Diego. Yeah,
it was always 2.
But no, because it was not. It was 1 for 1. Hold on.
It was
LOL.
At one point, it was LA Raiders, LA Rams, and then
the Raiders.
The Raiders are back in Vegas. Yes.
And then the
Chargers and Rams.
Okay, but who was it? Who was it when the Raiders?
It was just LA Raiders.
Just the Rams.
Yeah, because that's when no. Who was it when the Rams were in St. Louis? So there was a time when there was only 1 team.
Yes, it was just the Raiders for a moment.
Wait, when did the Chargers come in then?
After Vegas, right before the Raiders went to Vegas.
Yeah, the Chargers was like 5 or 7
years.
They're
new. I know they're new, but that's why I'm like, wait, hold on.
Because they didn't want to stay in San Diego.
Interesting.
No, that's not what it was. They wanted taxpayers to pay for the stadium upgrades, and taxpayers was like, "No, you're a billionaire," and they were like, "Well, we'll go to Los Angeles then." That's it.
Yeah. Well, UCLA, who does not have their own stadium, was renting out the Rose Bowl, and some people were mad, some people aren't. I don't care. No one goes to UCLA games. Their thing was this stadium is. I mean, they don't. Their thing is this stadium was it's like 12 miles closer, and 12 miles in California is important. The Rose Bowl is the Rose Bowl is like 26 or like 30 miles away from campus, and SoFi is like 12 miles away from campus. So, and I'm sure there's other things. Maybe it's cheaper. Maybe it's whatever. The Rose Bowl's I don't know. Who knows? But supposedly they are.
I thought they were not tearing down, but they were gonna make it like.
They're doing $150 million in renovations.
I wonder who's going to play there. That's probably why the Rose Bowl's about to sue them, because they're like, we're about to do this renovation, and then nobody's going to play here.
They requested a preliminary.
It's just a bowl game now, right?
Yes.
If UCLA's not there.
They requested a preliminary injunction and temporary restraining order against UCLA, so that way there could be no agreements made between UCLA and SoFi. This just broke an hour ago. And last month, obviously, the Rose Bowl filed a lawsuit to enforce UCLA to fulfill their lease, which is through 2044. And basically,
they're trying to leave the lease early.
Yes,
20
and they basically were saying like, In the filing, the city of Pasadena and the Rose Bowl operating company says that UCLA moving to SoFi would cause immediate and irreparable harm to Pasadena and the Rose Bowl. The Rose Bowl has put $150 million into stadium renovations, but without UCLA football, they'll have much fewer chances to recuperate those funds. A move would also hurt Pasadena businesses, but UCLA has made it clear that they are not overly concerned about Pasadena. Yes.
Like consistently,
And then the bowl game. Yeah, they would lose a hell of money.
Yeah. 20 years early is crazy.
So they said we want out now, and 2044 is when the lease actually ends.
I want to know, there's got to be some corruption or something.
It's something else going on,
What for you to be like 20 years? We gotta go.
I don't have 20 years.
I hate NFL stadiums too. Like, nobody already goes to the game. You're just about to give this fucking, like, sanitized fucking version for y'all to get smacked up. I don't know, because
Pitt looks like it does well at Heinz Field. I'm not calling it what it's really called.
Yeah. Who plays at Heinz Field?
Pitt.
Like, always?
University of Pitt. Yes. There are home games.
Yeah, but, like, Heinz Field doesn't really count. Like, it counts, but it's also open, and it's old. So it's not like the new NFL stadiums that are, like, fucking sanitized and has... Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like.
For long.
I was about to say,
they got renovations on the horizon, I believe, as well.
But I mean, whatever. I still don't like NFL stadiums, and I think college, like, if you don't, the thing is, if you don't have a stadium, that's one thing. Like, where are they gonna put a stadium in Pittsburgh? UCLA is in a stadium. They're in a stadium that's built for college football. Like, they have one. They do, and they want to go and be the third tenant at SoFi, like the third tenant. Where it's literally, they're going to be like, hey, man, one, you can't schedule games at this time because we have to get ready for the NFL game. And we're not really going to put your stuff on the field. Like, so when Minnesota was building their stadium, the college team was playing where the NFL team was playing. And literally, there were like signage that they just couldn't remove. And you could always see the NFL stuff on the field because they're like, we're not fully removing it because we have to turn this around for tomorrow.
In 10 hours, yeah.
And I'm sure there is a week or two potentially where there's no one there on Sundays. But with having two teams, there's almost always guaranteed to be an NFL team there. Like, I'm sure there's some weeks where they're both on the road, but there's almost guaranteed every week to be an NFL team there. So to choose to be that's just dumb. Like, but like you said, Dante, there's probably some corruption going on. There's probably some SoFi is also
20 years early.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, SoFi is also trying to pay for their stadium. God. Speaking of paying for things, the Big Ten is trying to force private equity down their members' throats.
Everybody's throats.
As we sort of talked about. And again, we won't talk about this all the time, only when there's like big things. But so USC and Michigan have been against this. And God, I hate when the worst person I know makes sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate it. Because why the fuck is Ohio State not against private equity? You know what? It's fine. Our president
Michigan
and
has been on
our
the
fucking
right side of history the past 5 years. I ain't gonna hold you.
Michigan has not been on the right side of history in the last 5 years. Excuse me.
Yeah.
No.
What we're not going to say on my show is that Michigan is on the right side of history.
They're ahead of Ohio.
Wait, are we talking about the state of Michigan or the University of Michigan?
Right,
which
the state, sir. The state.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Hey, shout out Big Grudge and shout out Detroit.
Bro, I thought you meant the university. I said the right side of which history?
Shout out Detroit for having a black woman mayor.
You ain't trying.
For the first time. Shout out Detroit. Shout out Big Grinch. University of Michigan.
However.
No.
I'm sorry. He said Michigan has already been on the right side of history. I said, whose history? Like,
who's Michigan?
Who's history?
You gotta clarify.
Not my Michigan. That ain't the glove I'm talking about.
But the state of Michigan.
Oh gosh, yes, the state. Yes,
except for the presidential election. But hey, at
the
least
presidential election was rigged. We know that.
At least Michigan was blue.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't. None of the swing states went blue.
No, all the swing states. He got all the swing states.
I remember talking down on Ohio.
No. First of all, Michigan was not blue, but also credit to Michigan because at least they're a swing state. Ohio hasn't been a swing state since Obama. Ohio just red now. Like they don't even count us as a swing. Like it's literally like all of the Midwest is a swing state, and then they don't talk about Ohio no more because Ohio hasn't been a swing state since
red.
Obama. Ohio just like, hey, we want to be the South. Like we want to be fucking Alabama, huh?
Hey, we want to be the South.
No, Ohio hasn't been a swing state since Obama. It is red. It is like they project it red now. It's not even like it's legitimately not in like. I don't know if it's going to swing back, but actually it's not because and then the fucking VP's from Ohio. Ohio's red. It's done. Like Ohio's a blood. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Speaking of,
get to the power sweep, nigga. Like,
big B's. Like Ohio's done for. Like there's no hope.
Ohio's a blood is insane. That is really insane. Speaking of bloods. I watched y'all are ridiculous. Everybody involved is fired.
This the guy that
Thank
said
you guys
he
so much for listening to Power
Say what, blood? All right.
I'm surrounded by crazy. Anyways, speaking of Bloods and Crips, I watched Magic Johnson's documentary called They Called Me Magic on Apple TV. Yes.
I need to see how this correlates.
Yes. So when Magic Johnson retired from basketball, he started doing like urban projects and stuff like that. One of the first things he did was he built a movie theater in Compton. But he built it like right on the edge of like Blood territory and Crip territory. Like it was kind of like, this could be an area where some shit could go down. And apparently he literally called up his people and was like, I need you guys to get me the head of the Bloods and the head of the Crips. I want to meet with them both. I want to have dinner with them. And we're going to talk to them and make sure they understand that they can't be causing no bullshit at my movie theater.
How we got that one picture when they had their flags tied together?
Yes. I don't know. Maybe. But I was like, and they were like, yeah, we came... They were like, Magic came with like riots, 6 people or something like that. Like Magic came with like his agents and his people. And the Bloods and Crips came with like 35 people deep. And they were all just like so obsessed with Magic Johnson because obviously they were fans. They were like, yeah, absolutely. And there's never been an issue at his theater like because of it. But I'm like, imagine being like, I need you to call both the head of the Bloods and the head of the Crips, please, because I would like to talk to them. Like, what?
That phone call, because it's like, who do I call?
Who are we calling?
Who am I calling? I don't know these people. They got email.
Like, Magic's assistant and being like, I need to find out the head of the Bloods.
Like,
to be fair, every third executive in LA is a gangbanger. That is also true. because that's how Suge Knight and all them exist. They knew who to call.
I was about to be
wasn't that hard. Like you know,
I was like, who are your sources? Like I
could have walked down the street.
Hold on. No. Hold on. Did you not? I'm sorry. Did no one hear the interview? Did no one hear the interview with Top talking about how they created Top Dog? And he was literally just like, he was Top and Punch, and he was literally just like, yeah, we didn't like the label. And so we called them up and we told them to release Kendrick and J-Rock and to give us the masters. And we stole the van and put our shit on the van and drove around in the van. Half the execs in LA are gang. They went to a label and said, you are going to release our artists, which they never do. You are going to release our artists with their masters, what they never do. And we're leaving with the van that you let us borrow. And not shit happened. Not a lawsuit, not a nothing. And they literally, Kendrick's first tour, they wrapped the van for Kendrick and was riding around in a stolen van with Kendrick's masters because they said, we don't like this label no more. Half the executives in LA are gangbangers. Or they used to bang, or their cousins still bang. They literally was talking about how they used to rob people to pay for the studio. Like, literally, niggas are going around like, what you got on my studio time, homie? Like, come on, bruh. I'm sorry.
That's not what you got on my studio time.
It probably wasn't that hard to find.
I'm just saying, it probably wasn't that hard, but can you imagine being his assistant?
Like, I couldn't imagine an assistant knowing. Like, you know?
Yeah, not the assistant.
Being like, oh my God, yeah, let me call Tony and them. Like, who am I calling?
Like, she's like, you know what?
Anyways, that's how that was related.
God. Okay, that was related.
I needed you definitely needed to land that, and I should have just let you because I was like, what?
Yeah,
it was related. He said Ohio was a blood, and I remember because I just watched it before we got on, and I was like, this nigga really said, bring me the head of the Bloods and the Crips. Like, what?
and it happened.
And it happened. And it
Magic
happened.
Johnson, though. You know what I'm saying?
But, like, can you imagine having so
You
much
know what it
motion? You
was?
could be like,
The
I need
head-
the head of the Bloods and the Crips. Thank you. Like,
No, the heads
that
of
is
the heads was
legendary
like, there's
motion.
no fucking way this is Magic Johnson. It went to the meeting just to be like, told
Just
you
to
niggas
see.
it wasn't Magic Johnson.
and that's why they came so deep, because they said this is a setup, and then it was Magic
Setup.
this can no,
Listen.
and literally, when they got to the part about like Magic Johnson's like business ventures, they like brought all his business partners on, and they were like, "Yeah, I took the first meeting because I just wanted to be Magic." Like they were like, "We didn't really know if it was going to work out, but I just wanted to see what Magic was talking about." Like,
I mean, like all of these,
That's how
all
Shaq
of these
keeps getting
athletes,
stuff, I'm sure.
yes, all of
Yes,
these athletes
absolutely.
have fucking media companies and movie things and all this other kind of stuff that they don't know what they're doing. And it's literally someone was like, "Hey, LeBron, KD, Steph, insert, fucking,
Kawhi
listen,
Leonard."
I'm not saying that Russ don't be putting that shit on. I'm not saying Russ don't be putting that shit on. Russ is
I'll
like
say it
a
for you. Russ
fashion.
don't be
He's a
putting that
fashion
shit
designer,
on.
yeah.
Russ is like a fashion designer. That nigga threw on a couple fucking sweaters and made a call, and they gave him these fucking designer
threw on
shit.
sweaters
like,
and made a call is crazy.
that nigga's always wearing sweaters.
He dressed
did.
Georgia
He
Amore
He
for.
threw on a blanket, and everybody was like, fashion.
He dressed Georgia Amore for the WNBA draft this year. He became the first NBA player to dress a WNBA player for the draft, and her outfit was actually very fantastic. And she talked about like the fact that it's like Russell Westbrook,
Russ
so
might
it's
be
like
able to design clothes, but he puts on terrible clothing.
I'm
He's a terrible
screaming.
dresser.
You know who I don't like?
Not to the fashion.
I don't like
people.
SGA style. The way he dresses makes me uncomfortable.
SGA,
Well.
James Harden.
Like I just hate it.
All right,
He
so
looked
anyway.
like a turd the other day.
I am in hell's waiting room right now.
podcast business. Okay, so because we've been gone for 2 weeks, well,
Yes.
it's really only 1 week and then a day late.
Yes.
There's a lot to talk about, so we're not going to do the regular thing where we run down the games and all this other kind of stuff this week. We'll get back to regularly scheduled programming for
Period.
this week, because there is 3 weeks left. Just about everyone has played 9 games. Some people have
Excuse
played, you heard me.
No.
Season's over.
Everyone has
Season's
played
done.
9. Yeah, everyone has played 9 games. Some people have played 10 games.
You
I just
confused
wanted to talk
yourself,
about
Ember.
who's still alive for the playoff.
Who? Because I don't even damn know. Because everybody just keeps
see,
dying.
And this is why we're gonna talk about it.
I think all
So-
3 of our favorite teams are still.
Who are our favorites? Because you said Michigan, so now I got to hear what
No,
you
no,
actually
You
know.
know who his favorite is.
No. My favorite team is Bama. What are we talking
Big
about?
B's, nigga. Bama. Just-
And we're back to B. And we're back to the Bloods. Jesus Christ on a motorbike.
My fault.
Okay.
Listen, that was me. I should have known. I should have known.
Yeah,
that he
I'm
would
sorry.
be
We
a
haven't
hoodlum
recorded.
about that.
We
Like, I
haven't. We
should've
haven't.
known.
We haven't recorded in 2 weeks.
In
Man.
2
I had to
weeks.
get some shit off my chest.
It's very
My bad.
unhinged.
My bad.
I know. I'm
It
like,
is
we need
what
to
it
talk about this
is.
NBA gambling scandal as well. But anyways, let's talk about these
Yeah.
games. Well, no.
All right.
Playoff
So
contenders.
we'll do this quickly. We'll go through the conferences because it's starting to narrow down.
It's
So
easier that way, yeah.
in the Big Ten, there is 3 1/4 people who is
3
still
and
alive.
a quarter. It's not 3 and a possible.
Yeah, three and a quarter. So Michigan. Oh, okay. So Michigan is technically also alive. I just don't think about that.
We don't talk about Michigan on this podcast.
We don't talk about Broom. No, I'm just kidding. So okay, we'll add
don't.
Michigan. We'll add Michigan. There is 3.5 because the other 2 are quarters because they have tough games they have to beat. Okay,
3
so
and 2
Indiana,
possibles.
Indiana and Ohio State
make it
are
work.
locks. They're locks. They're gonna get in because they're
But
not
yeah.
gonna win 2 games.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
lose 2
Yeah.
games essentially. Oregon.
Indiana.
Oregon is basically a lock, but they do have tough games. Not games that they should lose, but they do have tough
They still
games.
only have 1
but as-
loss on their record currently, too.
Right. So as long
Yeah.
as they only lose 1 more game, they have to play Iowa, they have to play USC. As long as they only lose 1 more, and Washington. And so that's a rivalry game. As long as they only lose 1 game, they're in. So Big Ten's probably gonna get 3.
Played that Iowa game just happened, right?
Yes. Sorry. So they still have to play
Yeah.
USC and Washington.
Yeah.
Yes. The
So-
Iowa game was interesting.
Yeah. That is the 3.
Yeah, it was. It was.
That is the 3. And then the half, that is 2 quarters. USC can technically get in, but USC has to. Sorry, I messed up Oregon and USC. USC has to play Iowa and Oregon to get in,
There we go.
and they
Oh.
would need to beat both of them.
Oh,
That's
sorry
tough.
to USC.
So that they're possible, but that's why I gave them a quarter because
I don't
they would
know
need to
how
beat
Oregon
Iowa
looks and Iowa.
and Oregon. But the thing is, I think they could
Might be
beat
the first
one of
time I
them.
have
I
real
don't think they
faith
could
in
beat
USC.
both of them.
The Oregon then.
And then the other one is Michigan. Michigan already has 2 losses though. Michigan is
I hope they
impossible
lose again.
because Ryan Day can't fucking beat Michigan right now.
Yes,
So
he
if
can.
Michigan beats Ohio State, then
What proof
they
do you
went
have
out.
of that, DJ?
The
What proof do
hatred
you
of Michigan
have?
in my heart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are your sources? I made it up.
Who are your sources?
It's making me have confidence in Ryan Day, unfortunately. Yes.
Listen, I mean, he did win a national.
Yes, but he also lost to Michigan that year. So
Y'all had no faith in that when that. You wanted him gone.
Listen. If God is just, Ohio State will beat Michigan.
This man bringing the Lord.
he didn't brought the Lord into it.
Bringing the Lord into this.
Is crazy.
Clearly doing that was a step too far for Dante. Gotta go.
Dante said, no, I will not be a part of that.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Anyways.
If God is
If God is just is crazy. Making this about God is crazy. Oh my gosh. If God is just. Okay, yes. If God is just.
If God is just, Ohio State will beat Michigan. And then we don't have to worry about Michigan making the playoffs. But because technically they're on a fucking 4 or 5 year winning streak, if they win out and beat Ohio State, they also get in. So it is
so Big Ten can get 3
sure. It's 3 sure. But Big Ten can get 4, but it's going to take an upset. So it's not likely. So Big Ten, let's call it 3.
Yeah, Big Ten. Love that for y'all.
The SEC has 3 for sure, which means they're probably going to get 4. And this is disappointing, but some of them have cupcake schedules. So Texas A&M is getting in because they're not going to lose 2 games.
Yeah.
Ole Miss is getting in because they're not going to lose 2 games because they've had the easiest schedule known to man.
Oh, all of them. Okay.
Georgia's getting in. Well, okay, hold on. Let's do that. Bama is good. I think Bama. Hold on. I think Bama. I think Bama is also most likely in, based on their schedule. Now, Georgia is almost most likely in, but the funniest thing could happen, which is Georgia losing 2 games out of the final 3, because they play Texas, who they could lose to, who I'm predicting them to lose to, and they play Georgia Tech, who they shouldn't lose to, but they almost lost to last year.
They will.
So Georgia there Tech is a chance that Georgia loses 2 of their final 3 and is no longer in this. If that does not happen, then the SEC is most likely going to get A&M, Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss in. So then that puts them in a place where technically, they could get 5 teams in, although that is unlikely.
Oh my gosh, please spare me. 5 SEC teams out of 12, please spare me.
Texas would need to win out, which is unlikely because they have to play Georgia and Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm.
Vandy could win out, and Vandy's unfortunately they seem like they're going to win out unless Tennessee can beat them, because they have 2 losses, I believe, but if they win out they'll be 10-2, and then you sort of put in, like, it just depends on how it goes. So the SEC is most likely 4, possibly 5, which would be disgusting. We do need some people to look out for us, but so they're still alive. The Big Ten has 5 teams still alive, but 3 likely. The SEC has 6 teams alive with 4 likely. The Big 12. The Big 12 is working its way into a 2-bid league because the ACC is trying to be a no-bid league, but there's still some things that sort of need to happen for them. But for right now, Texas Tech is like as close to a lock as you can get for them. The Athletic has them at 79%. They're as close to a lock as you can get for them. They beat BYU, who was the next best team in the Big 12. This does not mean that they won't lose again, but their only loss was when their quarterback was injured. So as long as they make it to their conference championship game, they're most likely in. The best thing that can happen to the Big 12 is that BYU gets to the conference title game and then beats Texas A&M, because then both of them get in. If that does not happen, there's a chance, if, say, Vandy and Texas get to 3 losses and there's some chaos, there's a chance that if Utah wins out and is 10-2, they could sneak in. But so the Big 12 is 1.5 right now. I think we're gonna get the second Big 12 team versus a fifth SEC team, and I don't feel good about that.
Gross.
The ACC. Oh,
Well, I was gonna say because I'm looking at the ACC and why is Georgia Tech not on here?
because they lost to fucking nobody. So like, who knows if they're gonna win
that's
out?
their first. Is that not their first loss?
Yes, yeah, I know.
Okay.
It is their first loss, but like, I'm just saying at this point, anything can happen, especially because Georgia Tech plays Georgia. So if Georgia Tech again loses to a nobody and then loses to Georgia, which most people
It's
expect,
over.
they
Yeah.
then have 3 losses. So Notre Dame is under the ACC just because I didn't want to create another pile. They're not an ACC team. They're independent. Notre Dame is most likely in. Their big thing is they have to be, if they beat Pittsburgh this week, who's ranked, shout out to them because that's going to help Notre Dame, unfortunately. Notre Dame is going to be in. If Notre Dame loses another game, they're not. But Notre Dame, they started 0-2. If they win 10 straight, they're most likely going to get in. And then for the ACC, they are putting themselves at a point where it is legitimately for them, it is just their champion. I no longer think that the ACC is a too big
Yeah, I don't
league,
think we're getting 2 in this year either. Yeah.
because they all keep losing and then they still have to play each other. So for the ACC, let's talk about this. The ACC standings, they have 4 teams who are 5-1 and then another team who's 4-1. The problem is the team who is 4-1 has 4 losses. So like this has been
Duke.
floating.
Yeah.
This has been floating around on certain podcasts that like what happens if the ACC champ doesn't get in? Like if Duke wins the ACC, which is possible, but they have 4 losses, would they get in?
Yes, but well, I know they're not going just straight off of like if you won your conference or not, but I feel like the committee is still traditionalist in a sense. They're gonna, in a way, probably still maintain the tradition of every team that wins the conference gets in. I just think that even last year was kind of an anomaly that both the ACC teams got in just, because of record and all the other stuff. That was an anomaly. So I feel like you can still expect at least the conference champ to get in. Like, yeah, okay, I guess it would be a little odd if
Yeah.
Duke
So
somehow wins the ACC and they have 4 losses, but they won the ACC. Like,
so the thing is, it's the 4 highest conference champs. So the argument is like, do they take the conference champ from like the Mountain West?
well, I mean, I
Like
get
if the
that.
Mountain West is 10-2, do they take them over a 8-4 Duke?
Maybe.
That's tough.
I
So
don't,
right
but I
now
don't see Duke even. I don't even see Duke's pathway to
they just have to
the
win out.
championship.
They just have to win out.
Sure, but I mean, okay, you could say the same thing about SMU, Pittsburgh, Virginia, and Georgia Tech at that point. Like
Yes,
to
that's
me,
exactly
Duke,
what I'm saying. They just got to win
but
out.
I'm saying, like, to me, Duke winning the ACC, the chances of Duke winning the ACC still feels like low
Well,
to me. Like,
all right. Well, hold on. Let's. We're making decent time. Let's just do
now
something.
we're making
here.
decent time, bro.
Let's just let's just do something here. Duke, their remaining schedule. They have to play. What the hell?
Crying. They have to play Virginia,
North Carolina,
UNC,
and Wake Forest.
Yes.
They could easily win those. Duke should win their next 3 games. If Duke, hold on, hear me out. If Duke wins their next 3 games, they knock out Virginia because that's the team that's ahead of them. So Virginia's no longer there. And then they only have 1 conference loss. Georgia Tech plays Pittsburgh. So one of them's going to have 2 conference losses. So that then puts, let's say Georgia Tech beats Virginia, right? Sorry, Pittsburgh. Just to make it easy. Georgia Tech's at the top, SMU's at the top, and then it's Duke. Those are the top 3. Because in this scenario, those are the only ones that have 1 conference loss. I haven't pulled up SMU's schedule, but all we are is 1 SMU or Georgia Tech loss away from Duke being in the conference championship game.
Yeah, we play Louisville and we play Cal.
Then all you have to do is win it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we're not that far away from it. Like after what happened this week, where Louisville lost and then all these teams keep losing, and then you do have some of these top teams playing, like we're not that far away from Duke winning the ACC. Is it likely? Right. Probably not, but
it requires a lot of movement. But I mean, it's all possible movement. So
yeah.
I can understand that.
It literally just takes 3 teams in front of them to lose, and one of them they would force that loss Actually, let's be honest. It takes one team in front of them to lose because two teams are guaranteed to lose. Like if they beat Virginia Tech, that's one of the losses, and then
Mhm.
Georgia Tech and Pitt plays, that's one of the losses. They just
Mhm.
need one other team to lose in the next 3 weeks, and then they're in. So, but then they also have to not lose, and
But they
they've
have to
lost four
continue to win
times.
too.
So
So the
you know,
ACC is this year's Big 12.
yes, literally, this is all saying that the ACC is working themselves into a one big league because they are cannibalizing each other,
They are. It's
which is
bad.
fun for us,
Miami's
bad for them.
chances going down so significantly after SMU beat them was a moment for life.
Chef's
It
kiss.
was a
Love
moment
that.
for life.
Love that.
Hate that for Miami fans, truly. But it was a moment for life.
Yes. And then the G5, let's pull it up. The G5 right
Um,
now.
we're not gonna talk about Cincinnati. It's not G5, technically,
No,
because they're
since
in
it's
the
in the Big
American.
12.
They are?
Yeah.
Well, why didn't we talk about Cincinnati? Aren't they still undefeated?
No.
What? They're third in the Big 12. Well, they lost to Utah.
Yeah, but wait.
Yeah, they only lost to Utah and
I
TCU. They
guess
lost. No, yeah. They're the third in the Big 12. And they have Arizona, BYU, and TCU left. Anyways.
Oh, okay. So Cincinnati's alive because they play BYU. The winner of the Cincy BYU game is probably going to play Texas Tech in the championship game, which therefore. Oh, okay. So the thing with Cincinnati. Okay, yes, Cincinnati
I was like,
is
why did we talk
alive.
about Cincinnati?
Sorry, I missed that one. Cincinnati is alive, but they have to win the conference because they already have 2 losses.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah.
like
No, they
Texas
don't. They only have
Tech.
one.
No, they have 2 losses total. They're 7-2.
Where's their second loss? I don't see it. Oh, they lost to Nebraska. Okay.
Yeah. So they have to win the conference to get in, where like Texas Tech could lose the conference championship game and still potentially
get
get
in.
in because they currently only have 1 loss. Cincinnati is alive, but they have to win out and win the conference. But BYU is ranked still. Supposedly, we haven't gotten the playoff rankings, but BYU is probably still going to be ranked. So that would be a ranked win for them. And then if they get there and they beat Texas Tech, that's 2 ranked wins. They get in. So yes.
Love that for them.
Yep. And then the G5, it looks like the most likely person for the G5, because the G5 is cannibalizing itself, is South Florida, USF, South Florida. But
As in historically bad South Florida?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, period.
Yep. So those are the teams. Those are the teams. We have Ohio State. There's 12 spots. We have Ohio State, Indiana, Oregon, technically USC and Michigan. Texas A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss, technically Texas and Vandy, BYU, Texas Tech, Utah, and Cincy, Notre Dame,
And whoever from the
someone
ACC.
at the ACC, and then most likely still the winner of the American. Right now, the American is the top of the American is Navy and USF. And guess what? Navy and USF play this week.
Well, then
So
the top is
the winner of
that's
that game, that's pole position, most likely going to be that.
period.
Also, Tulane is still there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes. But it is going to be whoever wins the American. Because just to be fair to them, because we did this already, the teams who are in competition for the American are Navy, South Florida, Tulane, and North Texas. Again, Navy and South Florida play this week, so one of them is getting X'd off. So then it's going to most likely be that winner in Tulane. People are expecting it to be Tulane because they think Tulane will beat the other teams, but we'll see. So South Florida or Tulane is the most likely there. So though I didn't count them, I should have counted them, but we have 20, 25-ish teams for 12 spots.
Still in the hunt.
But thankfully, they play each other. A lot of them still play each other. And I would just like to take this time to say, a lot of people said that the playoff was going to ruin the sport. It hasn't. And also, it is nice to have 25 teams or whatever that number was available for the playoffs instead of fucking 6.
Now, mind you, I did not experience a version of college football that was like that, so I can't speak to it. But yeah, 12 out of like 100 and whatever seems like a fair
so
number.
just to let you know, if this was the 14 playoff, there would be 7 teams available for 4 spots. Because I know Texas Tech is right there, but let's be honest, they wouldn't give it to Texas Tech. It would be Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Bama, Georgia, and Ole Miss and Oregon. Those would be the 7 teams for 3 spots. Because the ACC is not doing well enough to get in, and I don't think that they would respect the Big 12 enough either. So it would be 2 SEC, 2 Big 10 teams most likely.
Of course.
Maybe Texas Tech will get lucky. Maybe the couple, let's call it 8. Let's call it Texas Tech potentially if they're undefeated. But it's 8 for 4 instead of fucking 25 for 12. Like,
For 12,
there's so
yeah.
many more games that matter. Literally just going through this list, there are playoff games this week. Navy plays USF. Just talked about that. Texas plays Georgia. Like these games are happening, like, that matter. USC plays Iowa. If they lose that game, they're out of the playoffs. Like, the Big Ten just lost 3 teams who are eligible for the playoffs because they picked up their 3rd loss last week. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Ohio State, Michigan has extra factors because Michigan's not having the season that they want to, but 6 straight wins over Ohio State and a 11 seed would be amazing for them. They would love that. If God is just, that won't happen. But like
He's
this
like,
stuff
back to a
does
just
matter.
God.
This stuff does matter. I'm just saying. It's probably not a coincidence that Trump and Michigan winning at the same time is happening. You know what I'm saying? These may be the end of times. Can I get an amen?
Okay, we're getting unhinged. So let's get into the screenplay because we're getting unhinged.
These may
He said,
be the end of times. Look for the horses. If you know your Bible,
is it horses?
in the book of Revelations, look for the horses.
I thought there was lights and stuff. It
There's
doesn't
a
matter.
lot of things in the book of Revelation.
There's a lot during Revelation. Just read the whole book.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot
Revelation
of things in the book
is
of
truly
Revelation.
insane.
Yes. All right, DJ, let me ask you a
anyways.
question.
Sure.
Do you, DJ, believe
That's my name.
you can have a Heisman moment if you are the reason you needed to have the moment? Let me clarify. Do you believe you can have a Heisman moment if you played like shit for 58 of the 60 minutes allowable in a game?
No.
Okay. Do you know why I'm asking you this?
Because I'm sure something goofy has happened.
Yes. So Fernando Mendoza, who I'm a fan of, by the way, I've you know this, Dante, everyone who's listening to this know this. I've been talking about Fernando Mendoza since the summer. This is no hate on him. He played like dog shit for 58 minutes. 58. And you want to know how I know it's 58? Because he got the ball at the 2-minute warning. I didn't even have to do no math. The math was done. 58 total minutes from start to the 2-minute warning. Played like shit. He had he had no touchdowns, 1 interception, and like 100 passing yards. Played like it just wasn't a good game.
Right.
Penn State was winning that game. They go up for a score. Penn State, again, 3-6 Penn State, who just got blown out by Ohio State. They go up, they score, they get the ball with 2 minutes
Not to be
left.
forgotten.
2 minutes left. And he goes on a game-winning drive. Everyone, oh my God. I don't want to talk shit about the kid because that's not the point of bringing this up.
Huh?
He got saved twice by his wide receivers because he threw 2 bad balls, including a touchdown. That was a bad ball. If we have to talk about it, it was a bad ball. It doesn't matter. The thing is, I just think it's dumb. And the thing is, and I know they do this because they did this with Caleb Williams and they also did it with Bryce Young. They do it with these sort of volatile quarterbacks. It is always annoying to me that they give someone a Heisman moment when they're the reason the moment was needed. Like,
yeah.
And yes, this partially
like you
matters
fucked the whole
because-
game up, so that's your job
Yes.
to turn it around.
Fix it.
Like, hello.
This partially matters because I think Julian Saints should win the Heisman. This is not because of Ohio State. I just legitimately think he's playing the best. And the funniest thing about the Julian Saints Fernando Mendoza thing is Julian just played Penn State the week before, and he had more touchdowns and incompletions. So you have this comparison against the same team in back-to-back weeks, and one dude goes 20 of 23 for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. The other needs to save himself. And it was a great drive. Very fun to watch. I think he's going to be a great NFL player. But I just think it's just everywhere. It's on Twitter. It's on all the
We
podcasts.
don't need to
It's all this stuff.
overreact.
Heisman moment. And there's so many casual fans who vote for the Heisman that I'm just like, and ultimately this doesn't really matter because I think the finalist for the Heisman is Julian Saints and Fernando Mendoza. The winner of the Heisman is going to be who wins that game, the Big Ten championship game. That is, the votes are due right after that. Whoever wins that, if Ohio State beats Michigan, because CJ Stroud has lost the award twice because they didn't beat Michigan, and the last time voters could see him, and see if he beats Michigan and he goes and beats Indiana, he's gonna win. If Indiana beats Ohio State, Fernando Mendoza's gonna win. So this is not that big of a deal, but as just like an overall sort of thing, it just always bothers me. Like, I just don't think you can have a Heisman moment when you're the reason you needed to have the moment.
Yeah, no. I think also they're trying to scribble with the Heisman stuff because I feel like they had picked their early Heisman favorites and
And then
none of
they
the
all
favorites
fucking
were none of the favorites are favoriting. Like,
no.
so now they're just
And
like trying to like grasp at straws and be like, look at this is amazing. He's a Heisman
yeah.
winner, isn't he? And it's like, child, no, we saw.
And yeah,
Like,
and everyone's like,
it's
oh, Penn State so good, such a good defense, all this other kind of stuff. It's just like no one said that when Ohio State waxed them literally the week before. And it's just like, and it's like you
not when
do the
they
back
were
and
waxed.
forth of these two. You do the back and forth of these two, and it's like Julian saying this week threw for 300 yards and 81% completion percentage and 3 touchdowns. And it's
Hello.
like that's not better than the guy who, yes, the moment was cool, but he played bad for 58. There's 60 minutes. He played bad for 58 of them.
And really more than 58 because, you know, not 58 real minutes, 58
Yeah,
football minutes.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? There was 2 hours and 45 minutes of cheeks. Like, that's a long time. So
Oh my gosh, not cheeks.
listen,
I'm
I'm
crying.
happy that he's good because I've been talking to him up all year. A big fan of his. He seems like a cool guy. He's just the example because they've done this before. I just wish we would like think critically. And then the funny thing is, there's been people who've said what I'm saying who have a bigger platform. Unfortunately, give us a goddamn platform.
You know, that's
And
all we
people were
ask.
like in their comments, like, "Oh, you're a hater. You've never liked him. You this, that, and the third, da da da, all this other kind of stuff." And it's like it's not hating to say he's the reason you needed the moment. Penn State, UCLA put up 45 on them. Like this is not the Penn State of yesteryears. Like
Yeah.
this is not a good team right now. Like
Oh my God.
a lot of quarterbacks are putting up big stats, and he didn't. Like that is true. He did not do that. Just straight up, straight down. It's not hating. It's true. If you look at the 9 games that they played, he had one of the worst games against that defense when a lot of other people were feasting on that defense. I just don't think you can have a Heisman moment for that. He's had a great season,
I agree.
The last
Well,
thing I'm going to
shit.
say, though. Don't you love being right, DJ?
I love being right. Yes. What did we write about?
Penn State's defensive coordinator, Jim Knowles. So we've talked about this where I was trying to do this thing where it's like I'm trying to walk a thin line of like I don't want to sound ungrateful. I hate the people who are like, like the like, hey, damn, sorry, can I have your number? No, you a bitch anyway. Like I don't like doing that, right?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
didn't want
That's
to do that when Jim Knowles when he left to be like, hey, yes, he helped us win a national championship, but this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem. And if you do that immediately when he leaves, it sounds like you're hating. But the thing is, if you really pay attention to Ohio State, there was a lot of rumors that he wasn't running his defense throughout the playoffs, which is part of the
hmm
reason that he left. If you look at the years
hmm
before, this consistent thing kept happening, which is just what happened to Penn State, which is the offense goes up and the defense just needs one stop, just one. We lost 2 Michigan games this way. We lost to Oregon this way. We haven't lost. We lost to Georgia. Was he on? We've lost a couple of games this way, big games that
hmm
we've lost with him as defensive coordinator, where it's like, you have this defense who, for most of the years, the number one defense in the country, we just need one stop. Penn State goes up, they score. It is 2 minutes left. They need one stop. And what happens? And then not only do they not get the stop, on the first play of the first play of this drive, they get a sack. So you're starting at 2nd and 17. You just like
Oh, hell.
a good defense is done. Like 2nd and 17, game over. And you let them score. And I just thought it was funny. Like I was tweeting about it. Some other Ohio State fans were tweeting about it. It's like you're about to get the Jim Knowles special. His defense is good until you need it. And that what happened to them is what happened to us multiple times because you can look at so many games where Ohio State goes up and you just need a stop, just one stop. The last Michigan game with JJ McCarthy, we win that game. All we have to do is not let them get a field goal, and he drives right down the field to get a field goal. So it's just I just thought it was interesting because, like, you try to walk this thin line of, like, no, guess I would have liked to keep him. No, I didn't know that our defensive coordinator next would be better. There's a chance that he would be worse, but let's be honest about who this guy is. And one, it takes a couple years for his defense to get together. Two, there are rumors that it wasn't his defense throughout the playoffs when the defense was really, really locked in, and the defensive statistics were much better than the other 12 games. And we've lost multiple big games because he couldn't get one stop. And so that's unfortunate for Penn State, but that's what happened. Penn State could have had a great win. They were so close to, again, to keep saying it, but 2 minutes away from having their first top 5 win in like 12 years or longer because James Franklin didn't have one and Jim Knowles couldn't get a stop. So,
Well,
truth is I'm tired.
all right.
Okay,
Anyways, back now to screenplay because I'm
screenplay.
tired.
Listen, I got homework to do still. Let's,
Yes, so I'm like, I'm
um,
tired. Okay, we've
Dante's
got
no longer here. He quit.
yeah,
He's
he
no longer
died a
part of
while
the
ago. Well, not
podcast.
actual
Yeah.
death. Hold on, that was
Yeah,
sorry.
crazy.
The computer
Yeah, the
decided that he
computer,
no longer
yes.
was a part of the situation.
So
So,
this was on
anyways,
here for mine and Dante's benefit, but we're still going to talk about it, even though I'm not going to be able to watch this game because ESPN is still not on YouTube TV. Kent State, my lovely, beautiful, gorgeous Kent State Golden Flashes,
not
who
lovely,
are
beautiful,
one
and
of the
gorgeous.
worst teams in the country, play our
Oh,
bitter rival, Akron. And we need this win, dog. Like, we need this win. Just beat them up, smack them up, belt the ass, send them 15 minutes down the road because they're literally right down the
what?
street. Yeah, no, like we would go party in Akron, like probates. Like we would have probates, and then the probate party would be in Akron. That's how close it is. Like it's right there. You know, you got to drive
He
through
said,
Akron to get
send
to
them
camp.
15 minutes back up the
15
road.
minutes.
Like,
It's not even that far. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like a high school game. They don't even need to get on the team bus. You know, like you lose a high school game and you just say goodbye to your coach and you get in your mom's car or your girlfriend's car or whatever. They can do that. It's just like, you know what? This was a bad game. That's what I want to happen. I want them to be so bad. They just get in their mom's car and go to their dorm. They
and
don't
just
even
go
get on the
home.
team bus. You know what I'm saying? Just go,
See, we
go
had
to the,
rules against that,
yeah.
but that's
No,
hilarious.
yeah. So
We fully had rules against that.
we couldn't, yeah.
We had
You
to
could
get
only
on
do it
bus.
with
Yeah.
parents. And like they had, like my coaches had to see the parent and be like,
Yeah,
hey,
no, we couldn't
me,
leave with the parent. Like,
parent
we
it.
had to be brought back to the school, and the parents had to meet us at the school, even if it was a game down the street. Like we had to get on the bus and go back to the school. When I was
Maybe
an
I'm,
athlete and when I was in band.
hmm. No, I feel like maybe we couldn't my senior year. Maybe it changed. When I was younger, I know we could. Like I know it happened. Like yeah,
He
but
was
it
like,
doesn't
I'm
matter.
going home with my mom.
That's what I want. You know, get in the
Thank
car,
you. Bye.
please.
Anyways, Kent State
Noon
and Akron play each other on
Tuesday.
tomorrow, actually,
Yes,
on
on tomorrow.
Tuesday. Yes.
Noon on Saturday.
Because
Skip
we're
ahead.
skipping all the games that are happening
Yes.
this week.
Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else matters.
If you're bored, just turn on your TV. There will be football on.
Yeah.
Like,
Shout out to Maction. Maction's the greatest thing to happen to college football. Please watch it if you have ESPN, because who can't watch Maction?
who the hell has ESPN these
I,
days?
I can't, right?
I don't know. I'm glad I wasn't paying for YouTube TV because I would be at YouTube TV's headquarters every
Listen.
day until I had damn ESPN. I don't know why people are not picketing out there. Like, get some science together. Go get a
Because
screaming clip of
ESPN's
Stephen
fault.
A. and go to the damn lobby of YouTube TV, and
Well,
the
that's the
other half
thing.
go to ESPN.
So this is like, we won't talk about this right now because it'll spiral. But you know, I have like a weird interest in like media and these sort of things.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
this is one of the first times that ESPN is losing the media battle. Like
Yes,
typically
I'm
when this
seeing it.
happens, ESPN is like, hey, this guy hates you, and everyone's like burning it down. YouTube TV, the Direct TV, all these things. They're like, oh my God, like we're team ESPN, do whatever. This is the first, which is why it's going so long. This is the first time where people are like, ESPN,
ESPN, you are doing a lot. We do not fuck with this ESPN.
Yeah,
No.
yeah. What are you doing to my YouTube TV?
No.
And so that's partially why it's going so long, because like ESPN is like trying to get the consumer on their side, and for the first time, because this happens once a year, it feels like with them. For the first
With
time
them,
in years, they're losing
consumers
this
are like,
battle.
well, because
like
we are tired. Everybody is tired of the streaming. We are tired of having to pay for 475,000 different platforms just to watch the games. And it gets worse, especially when you're talking about sports that have more games like basketball or things like that. Like, bro, I'm not trying to, I think I read somewhere it's going to cost a consumer $660 this year to watch every NBA game if they wanted to, which nobody does that. But if you wanted to watch every NBA game, $660 is how much it would cost. And it's like,
I'm tired.
and ESPN, I'm sorry, like, I'm so tired of ESPN, Disney, all of them thinking they're bigger than the damn program and that they can just bully every other media company because they're the biggest.
My wife doesn't care about this, so I can't really have this conversation with her. I can't wait till the off season so I can eviscerate ESPN, Disney for putting Hulu and Disney Plus in the same app.
On the same app.
And then still trying to charge you a bundle. We won't do it today.
No.
But when we don't got nothing to talk about in the off season and they start promoting it, yeah.
I saw somewhere that they're actually dissolving that merger and that they're going to be separate entities again. I read that somewhere.
I hope so, but I haven't seen that.
But I'm like, with the crossover with ABC and Hulu, like, it's very hard for me to like conceptualize how you guys are going to do that because Disney owns ABC, or ABC owns Disney, whichever. So I'm kind of like, how are y'all going to sever whatever? But yeah, it's the ESPN thing is getting out of hand to the point where I'm seeing like even like athletes and members of the media like commenting on the fact that like
it is probably the first time in history that ESPN is losing this battle in the media.
Yeah, I hope they lose.
That's 2 football Saturdays and it's Monday Night Football right now, and it's a big one. It's the Eagles and somebody.
Eagles and Packers. I'm trying to get to it.
and they still haven't done it. They still haven't done it. And people thought the Eagles in 2 weeks. This is right after you got the rights to all of the SEC. And this is the last thing I'll say about it. I was just like, I was mad and I was like thinking about doing something else. And I looked at Verizon because I love Verizon. My phone bill is so high, but I love everything Verizon. And I just got Verizon internet. And hey, baby, you see how I'm still here? You listen, because Spectrum, I was getting kicked out. You see me
I have Spectrum and I've never had a problem. So that's I'm like,
listen.
Technically,
I had Charter. Or no, I had Optimum.
See, you didn't have real Spectrum. Charter Spectrum and real Spectrum, they different. They are cousins. Optimum. They are not sisters. Yeah. They are very different.
So, but the thing is,
Charter Spectrum is trash.
Yeah, I think maybe Spectrum is cool in the South, right? Because there are locations.
Well, it's Spectrum and AT&T down here, like real heavy.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter. I just got Verizon Files, so all right, man, whatever. I got Verizon phone. I just got Verizon internet. Let me look at the TV very quickly. You may guess this because you have TV. What do you think the cheapest package was?
Probably like $83.99.
No, $119.
Okay, so
their
anyways,
cheapest
back to the
package was actually YouTube TV because you can pay for your YouTube TV through Verizon. Their cheapest package was YouTube. Their cheapest Verizon internet, the TV, $119. So yeah, go ESPN. Figure it out.
We're going backwards. Like why? Okay.
Yes, noon. Notre Dame and Pitt.
Yes, duh.
Big game. Talked about that. If Pitt wins this game, they're getting closer to being in the playoffs. If Notre Dame loses this game, they're out of the playoffs. So this has playoff implications. USF Navy, we've already talked about it. This has implications for the American, which then also therefore has implications for the playoff. Midday. I only picked one game because I just didn't want this to be all SEC because a lot of these games are boring. Like there are technically some SEC games, the March to 9-3 as we like to call it, but don't care. Iowa USC is the game that I put on here. I already talked about this. Iowa is no longer in the position to make the playoffs because they lost to Oregon, but they can stop USC from making the playoffs. And I do just kind of think that this is going to be a good game. Iowa just drew Oregon into the deep, dark pits of hell.
It was so much fun to watch.
They're probably going to do the same thing with USC, and we're going to see if USC can survive. The evening we have Texas, Georgia.
I was going to say, if you care about what's going on in the ACC, Virginia and Duke do play during the midday as well. So if you want a flip back and forth option.
Oh, that is a good one. I didn't put that on there because I didn't realize at the time that I was doing this that Duke could win the ACC. I figured that out later. So that one does also matter. Virginia. See, look. If Duke beats Virginia, they're out of there. See, the path for Duke is clearing up. Duke beats Virginia, then
Georgia Tech plays.
And then Georgia Tech plays. Who do
Boston College.
Oh, not this week, but they play them eventually. Yeah. So, Duke needs to win this game to get there. Virginia needs to win this game. Virginia lost to absolute fucking nobody. Otherwise, they were going to be the only undefeated team in the ACC. That's a big game. Evening we have Texas, Georgia. Arch, buddy,
Architon.
do it, do it. Stop.
Archibald. Is that what his actual
Hey,
name is? Archibald?
hold on. No, it's not Archibald, but it's something crazy. Although they're in Texas, his name might actually be Arch. The granddad's name's not. Arch is a nickname for the granddad's name, but his name might actually just be Arch. Like, they may not have given him the full name.
Well, I love that for everybody involved. But yes, Arch needs to pull his head out of his ass for this Texas Georgia game.
It is Archibald.
Oh, okay, so it is Archibald.
Which is hilarious because Archibald is not the one that people always think of. His name is Elisha Archibald Manning. So they named him Arch after the dad's
Oh, so his name
is
Eli Arch.
Yes, Eli Arch, yes. Eli is his son, Archie, yeah. So,
okay,
but
well,
he goes by Archie, and then they name, but that's the thing is, it doesn't matter, but I don't know if they actually, oh, no, they did give him the full name. He's the third.
Oh.
I didn't realize his older brother, or is Eli the junior?
I don't know the Manning family tree, so I really can't.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know the family tree. Anyways,
Archibald.
Texas and Georgia.
Archibald, please.
Yes.
Archibald, please. We need
Arch.
it. Thank you.
Arch.
Thank you.
And then that's it. Okay, good night. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. After dark, TCU, BYU. This is a big game for the Big 12. BYU cannot lose 2 games in a row if they want to make the playoff. So BYU has a couple of games that they can lose still. And then Boise, San Diego State. This one matters slightly less because San Diego State just got smacked up by Hawaii. But San Diego State is having their best year, their best season in decades with Kent State legend Sean Lewis, who I think they should hire to be the UCLA head coach, but they won't. Big fan of Sean Lewis. He's the only person to ever win at Kent State, and now he's winning at San Diego State. I think UCLA should hire him. They won't, but whatever. If you're up after dark, TCU, BYU, Boise State, San Diego State. Period. And of all the games that we mentioned, both of those are probably going to be the best games. Notre Dame Pitt might be fun, but a lot of these games I think are going to be
entertainment value is going to be low. Like Texas, Georgia, the entertainment value will be
that's going to be such a bad
pretty
game.
low. Pretty low.
Such a bad game. If they love us, it'll be like Georgia, Tennessee, which is high scoring, but I don't believe it. I'm putting the over under at total turnovers at 4.5 between the two teams. Like I think it's going to be a bad game.
It's just going to be turnovers. Oh gosh.
Do you have a last 2-minute report?
Yes. Women's college basketball has begun.
Hey.
If you are not caught up, catch up. Because it's on currently. Actually, the game for tonight that I am very excited about, that it just left my spirits and I got to go look at my ESPN app, is Oklahoma and UCLA play tonight. I'm very excited to see Miss Lauren Betts. But yes, women's college basketball has began, and everybody should be absolutely terrified of the University of Connecticut, because it's giving they're going to win the championship again. It's giving who's going to stop us. It's giving Sarah Strong is going to have the season of her life. AZ Fudd is going to have the season of her life, and Gino is going to close out season number 41 with a 13th championship. Like that's just what it's giving.
I love Sarah Strong. She's so
you do, and it's adorable. Your love for Sarah Strong is adorable.
Like it's because it's literally just like, and the thing is, I don't know, it's just like how she does it. It's literally just like she's
Maya Moore's reincarnation. Like she is Maya Moore again.
Yeah, and I want to,
but like bigger.
I want to be clear here, right? Because it's gonna sound weird. Like, this is not a judgment on either end, right? Like Juju came in as a freshman and was amazing, but Juju was always amazing, and so Juju felt like an adult. She is not an adult for you creepy ass niggas out there, but she felt like an adult.
She felt like her game
Sarah
was fully
Strong
developed.
feels like a teenager. Like literally, they're like, "Hey, can you please go talk to the media?" And she's like, "I don't want to." And they're like, "You're one of the best players in the country. You have to talk to the media."
Get out and talk.
and she's just like,
she's like literally, I just trusted like myself.
Yeah, there's literally like a clip of her like picking at AZ Fudd on the bench, and AZ Fudd has to give her like the stare, like the big sister, like, "Hey, dog, if you don't Mom, if you don't get her,
I literally saw that. Someone said the girls are fighting. He's lost control of the bench.
So it's just like she's still like a kid at heart, and then she just comes in and she is one of the best.
She drops 20 and 15, and you're like, what?
Like it's just like what the and it's just like she's doing whatever she wants to. It's just like
20, 15, and 5.
Yeah, like she's dribbling, she's blocking, she whatever, and then she goes up there and she's just like they're like whispering her answers because she doesn't want to talk to the media. So yeah, I just like it's just like she just like 18-year-olds don't always feel like 18-year-olds anymore, especially in sports. You have to grow up so quickly, and like I just think one, she's such a good player, but also I just think it's great that like she still has like the child in her because she is literally a child.
She's still a child.
But you know what I mean, like because you just don't like you don't get that. Like Olivia Miles is like 19, she feels like an adult. Like
Olivia Miles is 22.
Is she now?
Yes.
Yeah, because she missed a year.
She's 22.
Hold on, not
she's
Olivia.
Doing her 5th year right now at TCU.
Yeah, sorry, that's not the one that I meant.
Hannah Hidalgo. I think you're talking about.
Yes, thank you, Hannah Hidalgo.
She's a junior.
Not Olivia Miles. Olivia Miles.
I was like, Olivia Miles was draft eligible, actually.
Sorry, Hannah Hidalgo. Yes. So, but I'm a big.
But I'm very excited about the University of Connecticut. I'm also very excited about Flau'jae Johnson and Mylasia Fulwiley in LSU. I think that the LSU are real contenders. I think we're doing way too much with UCLA being contenders, and they're not. They're actually not. I'm gonna keep that a buck. And USC looks very, very interesting without Juju Watkins. Dare I say, my theory about Lindsey Gottlieb being a bad coach is continuing to come to fruition. Because I'm just like, you had all this talent, and you coached this team like the only talent you had was Juju Watkins. And I just don't understand that.
It's so funny for that to happen when Paige was in basketball, and Paige would let AZ and Sarah and other people cook and take over when needed. Like Paige didn't always like when you needed it. It was Paige.
She was there, yeah.
But like there were other people who got to do some things on that team, and you saw what happened with them. Yeah. You also saw UConn in those times when Paige was, but with UConn it was always almost because other people were injured. But you saw UConn when everything went through Paige and how that looked. Like it's like it was right there. It was right there. You have good players. Like that is the thing. Like you are a hell of a recruiter. You have good players.
And USC is only attracting higher level recruits because Juju is there. So it's like you would think that would also be something that's...
You had people thinking Kiki was trash.
Kiki Iriafen.
And Kiki went
to
the pros. And
she literally
kicked out Aaliyah Edwards, who won.
Who was elite.
Yeah, come on, dog.
Like Kiki Iriafen. And Aaliyah Edwards is elite as well. I actually think Aaliyah Edwards fits on Connecticut better than she fit on Washington. Actually, I love the concept of Aaliyah Edwards learning from Tina Charles. Like I just love the UConn connection and the mother-daughter thing that they got going on. Like Aaliyah was over there, she ain't got no vets, bro. Yeah. Like that's the problem with Washington is they ain't got no vets. Then they got rid of Brittany Sykes too, and I'm like, good, poor Stephanie Dolson. She's the only fucking vet in Washington. Anyway, what I'm getting at, Washington is the youngest team in the W, but I guess I don't know because I know there's gonna be all these other teams. What I'm getting at is women's college basketball is back, and I am thrilled about it.
Love that. I have no thoughts.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much for listening.
No, for real. I will be coming to you for my basketball opinions because I will not be watching until football's over. I definitely don't have the time now as I'm about to get off of here, eat dinner, and do homework. So I will see you in February. At least I didn't say March because the NBA is getting pushed to April.
You said April, actually.
The NBA is getting pushed to April.
Yeah.
Women's college basketball will see me in February.
And when will Unrivaled be seeing you? Because...
Listen, I see Unrivaled is at night though, so like I could probably watch
women's college basketball's at night.
But it's just so hard to keep up. I don't know when I'm seeing me. Okay, I don't know when I'm seeing anything at this point. I'm seeing.
It's like I'm seeing articles and books. Like that's the only thing I see.
I literally just like track the articles that I have to read on one topic, and I have 66. And that's not all that I'm reading. That's not all that I'm reading. That's just on like one thing. No, I mean 66.
No, you mean 6. Because
66.
Why are there 66 articles about any one subject? Like
that's not all of them. I picked those 66. There are others that I said I wasn't going to read.
You scoured through the intranets and picked 66 separate pieces of literature.
My professor was like, for
This is your 2 minute warning.
For a good doctoral literature
Right.
literature review, you should have between 60 and 100 articles. But to get to those 60, you have to do the process of elimination. So like all of these articles are not going to be in my paper. I have to go through them to see if they're even good for me. So I'm going to go through like a total of like 140, 50 papers to find the 50 that I'm going to write on. And 50 articles alone is still insane.
It's crazy. Like, I can't believe what you're saying.
This is due March 1st. So I don't know when I'm seeing me. I don't know when who's seeing me.
Well, at least
seeing
it's
me,
not due like December 1st.
They seeing me. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, first of all, if it was December 1st, I wouldn't be here.
Wow.
And by here, do I mean the podcast or
no?
Earth?
You mean planet Earth? Yeah.
I don't know. You decide.
I knew you meant planet Earth.
Anyways, thanks for listening. We will be back next week with our regularly scheduled programming, and hopefully Dante's internet will
be alive.
Yes.
Say goodbye to the Ross bag.